Hello everyone, and welcome to Eyes to See Decodes. My name is Chris. I'll be your host today, and we're going to look at and break down Katy Perry and her newest video, Woman's World. This was just released, so very interesting video. Can't wait to show it to you. And let's start. We're going to look at our methods of decoding today. As usual, I'm going to be using the Chaldean Gematria cipher. The cipher goes from the numbers 1 to 8, and it assigns a numerical value to the letter based on the phonetics of the letter. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do is 8, and those are the 8 numbers assigned to the sounds of the letters. This is our oldest known numerology cipher. Pairs very well with the Royal Society of Chemistry and the periodic table of elements, and also pairs very well with the English ordinal cipher. That cipher is just very simply laying the rules of numbers, a number line on top of the alphabet, 1 through 26 for the 26 letters, A equals 1, Z equals 26, and in a mirror that, or in reverse, it's called reverse ordinal, that's where Z or Z is 1 and A equals 26. So these two ciphers are very useful in helping us decode our world. And you can see here how the numbers play with each other. And this is the words Jesus Christ put into the two calculators. This is the English ordinal score, and this is the Chaldean score. And you can see the Chaldean score is lower than the ordinal score. That's based on the fact that it only goes up to 1 to 8 rather than the 1 to 26. So ordinal allows us to get into some 3-digit codes to break down and find further meaning. And the Chaldean is primarily from just basically goes up to about 120 or so. The databases get very slim after that. We're also going to be using the Royal Society of Chemistry's website. They have the periodic table there, and the artwork is very telling. It really pairs well with the decoding, and there's some really interesting stuff to look at and to learn about with that. Also, I'll be using the Strong's Bible Concordance. This pairs very well with eSword, which is a free Bible that has hyperlinks overlaying Strong's Concordance, so you can translate on the go from the Hebrew and the Greek. And the Strong's Concordance is just every word in the Bible listed and indexed by number in the Old Testament Hebrew and the New Testament Greek. And these numbers are also very telling and codified within our world, as you'll see. So let's get moving. So today's topics, we're going to be looking at Katy Perry. For those that don't know, she's a very popular top 40 singer today. She's we're going to look at, she's even been as popular as to do the Super Bowl halftime shows. So we're going to look at one of her halftime shows a little bit in this decode. You'll see that. And then the second topic, we're going to be breaking down and looking at her newest video called Woman's World. And this video was just released on July 11th. So let's take a look. So first, let's take a look at Katy Perry. So we'll go to our trusted Wikipedia here. And we see here that Katy Perry, her full name is Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, and she's born on October 25th, 1984. She's known professionally as Katy Perry. This says here she's an American singer-songwriter and television personality. Perry is one of the best-selling music artists of all time, having sold over 143 million units worldwide, and that number 143 is key to our decode today. She is known for her influence on pop music and her camp style, being dubbed the Queen of Camp by Vogue magazine and Rolling Stone magazine. With an estimated net worth of $350 million, Perry is one of the world's wealthiest musicians. So Catherine Elizabeth Hudson in the English reverse cipher sums to 350, matching her net worth here that is in the Wikipedia page. Katy Perry in the Chaldean cipher sums to the lower number here, 26. 26 is a very popular number. It's the YHWH, the tetragrammaton in Hebrew, sums to 26. But here it is in Chaldean. The 26 matches words within the database. The Virgin Mary, My Fair Lady, Adultery, Female, Nemesis, Evil Eye, Watcher, archons, she-male, bisexual, paganism, shadow, occult, murders, destroy, sinful, sheep, food, and harvest. And we see here this the number 143. So her new album that's coming out in September is the album name is 143. So it's interesting that they use that number here in her Wikipedia. Also, you'll see here in our Decode, fame and fortune is 143 in the English ordinal, matching Faustian bargain. And for those who don't know, a Faustian bargain is the deal with the devil. And you'll see here that Katy Perry did just that, and she admitted to it. So let's have a look. So this is Katy Hudson. This was her original stage name and her first album she ever created here on the left. So Katy Hudson is the debut studio album of the American singer of the same name, later known as Katy Perry. It was released on March 6, 2001 by Red Hill Records. The album, unlike the subsequent albums that made her known worldwide, primarily incorporate Christian rock and contemporary Christian music, elements with lyrical themes of childhood, adolescence, and Hudson's faith in God. Before its release, Red Hill went bankrupt, preventing it from marketing and promoting the album, which subsequently sold about 200 copies and received mixed reviews. So you'll see here within Katy Perry's bio that she was very religious growing up. Her parents were very strict religious. And her first album here, Katy Hudson, was a Christian contemporary contemporary Christian music, and it didn't do very well. And then so what I urge you, I'm going to put the link below. The link here is for this YouTube video where Katy Perry says she sold her soul to the devil. And I captured this screen capture. It says here she was talking, she wanted to be like the Amy Grant, the closed captioning missed the T here, of music. Yeah, but it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul. And the next thing she says is, I sold my soul to the devil. So she admits it here in this video. And perhaps that's true. Maybe that's what happened. So let's take a look. So the Amy Grant of music, which is who she wanted to aspire to, sums to 67 in Chaldean. That matches the left-hand path at 67 and also matches the Church of Satan at 67. And I did a decode on the Church of Satan. It's on Truth Mafia. I don't think there's no video for that one, but it is a blog. And you'll see in that blog that the number 67 is very pertinent to the Church of Satan. So if you can look at her album cover here, it's got the orange and blue. That color coding is known for mind control. And then you'll see here that she's only showing one eye, and it's only the left eye here in this artwork. And so only the left eye sums to 177 in the English, and reverse is 201, and that's a perfect match to the Jesuit order 177 and 201. I thought that was very interesting that that came up. Especially in context with her admittance here within this video. So she decides that she's going to rebrand herself from Katy Hudson to Katy Perry, and she even openly talks about that in that process she sold her soul to the devil. So this is her new album. It's called Katy Perry 143. So we'll see that the number 143 here is very big. So 143 is the upcoming 7th studio album by American singer-songwriter Katy Perry, set to be released on September 20th, 2024 by Capitol Records. In order to create an effervescent record channeling her earlier music, Perry turned to producers she had worked with on her first few albums, such as Max Martin, Dr. Luke, and Stargate. Apart from the new collaborations, Vaughn Oliver and Rocco Did It Again. Perry described 143, that's the number of her album, as an upbeat dance party. Interesting. Album with themes of joy, love, and light. The lead single, Woman's World, was released on July 11, 2024. She teased the album by playing snippets of 3 of its other tracks on her social media. So starting off here, July 11th is the 7th month, so that's 711. So 711 is a very, very important number tied to Egyptian mythology. The Giza pyramids are constructed in the ratio of 7 to 11, and it's tied to the human temple, that number. So, so there's definitely a reference here. This is a very occult number and used in ritual form. So for it to be released on that date is very significant. So from July 11th to Friday, September 20th, when her 143 album is released, is precisely 10 weeks and 2 days. So that's the number 102. And interestingly, there on September 20th, it's the date of the year that leaves 102 days left in the year. And 102 is significant. For one, it's the mirror of the 201 that we saw with the Jesuit order on the previous page. But two, it's tied to the element nobilium on the periodic table of elements. That's where we get the Nobel Prize from. The nobilium is the scientist and what that element is named after. So that's the 102nd element, and you can see the artwork is the circle with streams of light trails in the background. And this symbol here, if you look at it, it's a bird falling into a cross within the circle, and that is right out of the tarot deck. And this isn't the first artwork that's out of the tarot deck that the Royal Society of Chemistry uses. The 21st element as well uses the world card. I believe it's scandium for its artwork, and it's in cryptic form. So it's very fair to use the tarot deck to decode this artwork. And this is the Ace of Cups in the tarot deck, and upon closer view, you can see it's the dove, which represents the spirit falling down, head down, just like here. It's the dove falling down into the cup, and it has water overflowing the cup. And there's a cross. You'll see the Celtic cross in the middle. So this is the exact same symbol. It's just stylized that the Ace of Cups here has in the tarot deck. So that's tied to the 102. So looking here. 102 in English. So this is obviously an important number for this album. So what does 102 mean? So we can go to the English ordinal cipher here and pull out some words that are related, that's related to it. So 4-5, when we say 4-5, that gives us the sum 102. Art of War is 102. New Order is 102. The Whore is 102. Macintosh 102. Girlfriend 102. And In Utero 102. There's a lot of spirit falling into matter themes going on here. And the number 143 in the Bible, so this number is obviously important. So what is the number 143 in the Bible? And the number 143 in the Bible, using the Strong's Concordance, means to perceive. It means I perceive, I understand. It's perceived by using the senses. To know, perceive through sense, i.e. the external, especially physical senses, which brings a resonating sense of inner discernment. So this is especially physical senses is what 143, and that has sort of an interesting component to it. I perceive and I understand, especially through the senses. All right, let's see what's next. So I wanted to take a look as I was researching Katy Perry. I saw these tattoos within her Woman's World video, so I researched her tattoos a little bit because I find tattoos are very revealing. And this is on her left wrist. This is a website that has all of her tattoos on it. This is Katy Perry's Saturn wrist tattoo. To celebrate closing out her successful Witness tour in 2018, Perry got an intricate, fine-line Saturn design tattooed on her right wrist. The beautiful tattoo was drawn by the widely known celebrity tattooist Dr. Wu. The hitmaker shared the inspiration behind the piece on her Instagram, writing, so this is her quote, "The planet in the middle is Saturn, as this journey has taught me many lessons with a few tears along the way. But I am happy to report a sense of real resilience as we wrap. I share this insignia with 45 other tourmates and moreover an incredible year of memories with over 100 beautiful and kind humans and a numerous amount of gracious attendees." So interesting that she pulled out the number 45 here, that she's sharing this tattoo with 45 other tourmates. So if we look at Katy Perry's birthday, that's October 25th, and using the Cards of Destiny system for understanding dates and their significance in our calendar year, October 25th lands on the 10 of Hearts. The 10 of Hearts converts instantly to the 10 of Cups in the tarot deck, and the 10 of Cups is the 45th card of the deck, and 45 is tied to Pandora's box, enlightened, fallen angels, and there's that mind control theme again that we see. So interestingly, her birthday falls on this 45th tarot card date, and she shared this Saturn tattoo. Saturn is Satan, and you can see here, this is the all-seeing eye, or the eye of providence, and it even has the teardrop on the side here to signify murder. And the story is that Saturn eats its babies. And she also has the lily flower tattoo as well, and that's tied to the symbolism of the natural man from Genesis 1. And interestingly, the number 100 in Chaldean is famously 600, 606, and that's the wording we get out of the Bible, Revelation 13:18, and that's the 666. So interesting that she pulled that up. And just of note, so this is from Katy Perry's birthday. So I think we'll see this on the next page. So from Saturday, October 25th, her birthday, to Sunday, February 1st, 2015, that was precisely 100 days. So we can see here that 100 came up again in this ritual. So this Sunday, February 1st, 2015, that's when she did the Super Bowl. So let's have a look at that. So her next tattoo is this XLIX on her index, on one of her fingers, inside of her fingers here. And Katy Perry got this XLIX finger tattoo, and they called her the Dark Horse Singer. So that's a name we can we'll see come up in our decode in a bit. The Dark Horse Singer added another memorable piece to her body art collection to celebrate a big career milestone, headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. Perry was tapped to perform the 49th NFL halftime ceremony in 2015, and needless to say, she set the stage ablaze with a power-packed routine. She got the Roman numeral XLIX, which denotes the number 49, inked on the side of her right ring finger. She got the ink right after her set from her longtime tattoo collaborator, Keith Bang Bang McCurdy. And the Dark Horse sums to 45, and we just saw that. That's her birth card, 45, Pandora's box. And so that was interesting. And then here's a snippet from the Super Bowl video. You can see Katy Perry ride in on this golden sort of beast lion sort of animal here with red fiery eyes, while she wears this yellow, orange, and red fire dress, so which matches this set ablaze. So it has this hellfire sort of imagery, and you can see the stars in the background there. Don't forget that the stars represent us, the soldiers of Christ, the angels and the celestial luminaries. So here she is riding in on the beast. This is a homage to the book of Revelation, the woman riding the beast, and we see here that I saw a woman set upon a scarlet-colored beast is 143 in Chaldean. And here she is wearing the 49 on her shirt later on in the Super Bowl concert. And 49 matches the beast system, Antichrist system, highway to hell, and down in a hole. So she got these other two tattoos. You can see here that she has this peace sign. She's holding up this peace sign in this picture, and you can see the Jesus tattoo on her wrist. And peace means war is the number 49, which we just saw her wear at the Super Bowl and get tattooed on her. So interesting. Katy Perry's Jesus wrist tattoo. So the first tattoo, so this is her first tattoo, and you can see the transition of her in her career, where she was a follower of Jesus in her earlier life, and then admits herself that she sold her soul to the devil, and then she gets really popular, changes her name, and then you can see her at the Super Bowl paying an homage to the woman riding the beast. So you can see the transformation here. The first tattoo that the stage ever got is on her left wrist and says Jesus. She got the ink when she was 18. It's worth noting that her self-titled debut album, Katy Hudson, which we looked at, released in 2001. It was a gospel record. However, Perry's relationship with faith, so she doesn't have that relationship anymore. However, Perry's relationship with faith and spirituality goes a long way back. She was raised in a religious household, and though her ideas have evolved as she's gotten older, so she doesn't believe the same things she used to believe. She has always believed in a higher power and has been vocal about her faith. And we're going to find out who that other higher power is shortly. I do believe in something much bigger than me, and I call that God for me, she said in a 2018 interview with Insider magazine, adding that God has helped guide her through tough times. All right. She also has this Sanskrit tattoo on her arm, and this one was interesting as well. So Katy Perry's Sanskrit arm tattoo with Russell Brand. Perry has a Sanskrit script inked vertically on the inside of her right bicep. The phrase reads, I'm going to try my best here, Anugat Chatu Pravaham, which translate to going along with the flow. The singer got this design sometime in 2010 as a matching piece with her then husband Russell Brand, who has an identical ink on his right bicep. The former couple were especially fond of South Asian culture and rituals, so much so that they tied the knot in an elegant Indian ceremony in 2010. So it's no surprise that they decided to get twin tattoos to pay homage to the ancient language of India. So there's a twin reference there. And you can see that she's changed. It's almost like she's went from her alter ego. One was Katie Hudson and the other one's Katy Perry. And we can see that almost with the Slim Shady Eminem thing going on with his videos and music right now. So, all right. So I would encourage everyone, we're going to start breaking down Katy Perry's newest video. It's called Katy Perry Woman's World. Please pause the video and watch Katy Perry Woman's World below before proceeding. If you've seen it already, just we'll click on and move ahead. This is the YouTube link. I'll post some in the description down below, so you can just click on it as well. I can't embed the video without getting copyrights, so please go watch that and then come back and we'll start breaking this down. All right, so this is one of the first scenes that I captured. This is right at the beginning of the video. And you can see here Katy Perry is sitting on an I-beam with these other girls, and she's doing this sort of arm and hammer pose with the red bandana. And this is a reference to what's called Rosie the Riveter. And Rosie the Riveter is an allegorical cultural icon in the United States who represents the women who worked in factories and shipyards during World War II, many of whom produced munitions and war supplies. These women sometimes took entirely new jobs, replacing the male workers who joined the military. She is widely recognized in the We Can Do It poster as a symbol of American feminism and women's economic advantage. So right off the bat, there's a theme here, an homage to women who are taking over and replacing the male. And we know from Genesis 1:27, if you've seen my last couple decodes, what the definition for male and female is. Don't worry, I will show another slide of it in this decode coming up. So right from Genesis 1:27, we've learned that from the beginning, it's almost like a war between male and female as energies, not as genders. So let's take a look here. This is the poster for We Can Do It. This is the Rosie the Riveter, and you can see that it's a very close match to what Katy Perry is doing here on the I-beam. Rosie the Riveter sums to 57 in Chaldean, and that matches what her song says. It's a woman's world. It's a woman's world is 57, a perfect match to Rosie the Riveter. And here she is doing that pose right at the beginning of her video. So right out of the bat, we know we've got the themes of war and the themes of women replacing men. So let's move on. So here she is here at a set of urinals with two girls on either side, and there's the X and the X on the back of these girls, on the back of these two girls here. I've highlighted them in yellow, and this is a symbolic reference to the We Are 2X, which I've shown in some of my other decodes as well. And we know that the We Are the 2X is a 55. 55 is the number of Satan in English Gematria. In English Ordinal, Satan sums to 55. And in Chaldean, it matches We Are the 2X. The twin X system. Matrix means a womb. The word matrix is from the Bible, and it means womb. Cult of virginity, a virgin of virgins, Lucifer's number, the double U, Catholic School, Bottomless Pit, Antichrist Barack Obama, The Hidden One, Servant of Satan, Secret Destroyer, and Satan on a Throne, all 55 in Chaldean, matching We Are the 2x. And here's the 2x symbolism that she's showing. And from up to the Super Bowl, so there is this Antichrist Barack Obama reference, and I found it interesting that from Barack Obama's birthday on August 8th to the Super Bowl where she performed using the number 49 for Beast System, we have here Sunday, February 1st is 181 days, and that matches her nickname here, Queen of Camp, in reverse. And it also, 181 is the number of Barack Obama's full name, Barack Hussein Obama II, sums to 181. And yeah, I thought that was interesting. Let's go move on. So the scene transitions to Katy Perry on a rooftop, and she's dancing around with all these dancers. And in the background on the upper left corner, you see the KP there that stands for Katy Perry. It's like her logo, or it's an homage to her name there. But it has a deeper meaning if you see the K and the P. K is the 11th letter of the alphabet, and P is the 16th letter of the alphabet. So together that's 1116 in code. And that code, we can go to the Bible. And 1116 in the Bible is a high place. A high place. Bama, like Barack Obama, a high place. Okay, so here she is on top of a rooftop, and she's got the biblical reference for a high place up in the left-hand corner, and and we know that this is an homage to Isaiah 14:13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And this is talking about Lucifer and Lucifer's mission to rise above the throne above the stars of God, and that's El the Almighty. And the stars are us, and the throne is the canopy, I believe. I got to look that up again, but I believe that's our flesh body. It's an interesting breakdown. I encourage everyone to go to eSword and pull up this verse and break these words down. It is fascinating. Here it says, growing up, Perry and her siblings were not allowed to eat the cereal Lucky Charms, as the word luck reminded their mother of Lucifer, and were also required to call deviled eggs angeled eggs. Perry primarily listened to gospel music, as secular music was generally discouraged in the family's home. She discovered popular music through CDs she sneaked from her friends. Perry later recalled the story about how a friend of hers played You Oughta Know by Alanis Morissette, which impacted her songwriting and singing. And the word lucky is 15 in Chaldean, and it is a reference, luck is a reference to Lucifer. And here we see the devil card. 15 is desire in the Bible, and in the tarot, it's the devil card. So here she is on a rooftop with an homage to Bama, a high place. So I've shown this breakdown in my last two decodes. Last one was Schism and Kill the Rats. And Kill the Rats looks at House of the Dragon, some Game of Thrones stuff, the Florida Panthers, and I also broke down Ariana Grande's The Boy Is Mine video. So that's a good decode. Go check it out. And Schism is my last one as well. And I showed that Schism is the divide between the two parties, and we see that divide here in Genesis 1:27. So Elohim, this word is Elohim, created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them. And you can see here, in the image of Elohim created he him, and then he created the duality, male and female. And this is not talking about necessarily the gender of male, female, or man and woman. This is talking about the polarity between the two, the good and the evil. And we see here that the male energy comes into the system to be properly remembered, and that means him, male, man child. It's the word zakar. And female means female from the sexual form, but it's rooted in the word nakab, which means to pierce. It means a point, blaspheme, bore, curse, expressed with holes, to name or pierce. A primitive root to puncture. Primitive root it means to puncture, literally to perforate with more or less violence, or figuratively to specify, designate, libel, appoint, blaspheme, bore, curse, express with holes, name, pierce, or strike through. And we see here some examples within pop culture of this manifestation, this biblical manifestation. This is two Scorpions albums, and you can see here on one of them the female with the scorpion tail, and this matches Marina Abramovich's artwork, which I've also shown in my previous decodes, of a male mating with a scorpion, which is pretty fascinating. And that's Marina Abramovich is making an homage to here Genesis 1:27. This is a second Scorpions album with a female, looks like she's nude here on the top of a hill full of scorpions. This is a COVID coin. You can see this guy looks like the most interesting man in the world. He's got two women on either side, the twin females, and she's piercing him, she's puncturing him, and he's pointing to 0 here because the female is trying to eradicate the male within the system. And this is Lady Gaga on a magazine cover called Candy. Here you see the scorpion on her left breast, and you can see the 5-pointed star in the A there. That represents the male energy, the male star energy, and it's candy, it's food. And then you can see here this is a female's haircut, and it's the manifestation of a scorpion and the stinger here. And this is a tattoo on a woman here, this scorpion tattoo, and these are common. I've seen them out and about as well. And you can see here this is a female on a hook, and this is where we get the word hooker from, to pierce. Moving on. All right, so this is the next scene, and you can see here that Katy Perry is doing the to pierce symbolism with the drill, to perforate with more or less holes, and you can see the sparks in behind her to signify the light energy, the male energy that coming out here as well. So to pierce the male sums to 62 in Chaldean. 62 is a very big number. It's tied to samarium on the periodic table of elements. Samarium is the 62nd element with the atomic weight of 150. That's the number 15 without the 0. We just saw 15 with the devil card. And then here is the artwork by the Royal Society of Chemistry. It's the hammer and sickle and the laser light rays. The lasers wear the light. There's the 5-pointed star. And the hammer and sickle also sum to 62, matching the element's name or the element's number here. So to pierce the male, the hammer and sickle, twin female system also matches 62. It matches in English, it is the Queen, 62, or Madonna, which is the Virgin of Virgins, also 62. And then Chaldean, the database, gives us some more information. We see the following matches here. The Immortal Queen, Lilith the Deceiver, the Scarlet Woman, twin female system, Pussies Kill the Rats, Deal with the Devil, on inverted cross, on St. Peter's cross, trapped in flesh. And that's what we are. We're the light trapped in flesh. All right. So the following scenes here, we see that she's back on the I-beam, and these women are passing her some merchandise, and one is this purple hook thing with handles on it. Looks like you would hook something and then invert it. And then here we see this woman with a mask, because they're masked and we don't know the entities or the spirit that runs them. So the full name here, Katy Perry Woman's World in Chaldean, gives us a total sum of 74, and hooker behind the mask sums to 74. And then it shows us here that one of them, she's handing her these pill bottles here, and if you zoom in closer, they're called gratitude gummies, and gratitude gummies sums to 56. And there's another homage to mind control here. 56 is the number of mind control, as mass mind control sums to 56 in Chaldean. Feminine divine sums to 56. Snake in the garden, 56. Statue of Liberty, 56. And we see here there's a snippet from further in the video where there's that white noise and the static, and she flashes a bunch of quick imagery, and I've slowed it down and caught this one, and it's the Statue of Liberty that she pays homage to within her video. Mass mind control is 56, and lights, camera, action is 56. And I zoomed in here, you can see she's got the 143 shown on her shirt here quite prominently within the video, the 143, and we saw that earlier in the Decode 143. And 143 is just an anagram for pi at 314, so that was interesting as well. So let's move along here. All right, so she's back on the rooftop and she's doing this strongman pose. And that strongman pose is also an homage to the Egyptian gods Nut, Shu, and Jeb here. So Nut is the goddess, the female goddess of the cosmos here. She's got the stars within her being held up by Shu. He's the light bringer, essentially. He's Lucifer. Same story. And then Jeb is the male energy of earth, and it's green. And green is the color of death. When we die, our bodies turn green. So she's on the rooftop, and we get a clear image of this sign up in the upper right-hand corner here. And that is just the number 143, but it's in mirror form. We're looking at it from the back side. If you were on the other side of the building looking up, you'd see the 143, but because we're on the rooftop, we look at it as in the mirror form as 341. And 341 in the Bible means enemy and foe, which I thought was very interesting. So 143, when we say that, 143, when we say it out loud, sums to 61 in Chaldean, matching Shu, the light giver, which is this deity here. Book of the Dead, 61. Show the evil eye, only the left eye. She is heaven sent, which is one of the lyrics she sings in her song. Chosen by the Lord. And Ignatius of Loyola, who is the founding member of the Jesuit order. And then Nut, Shu, and Jeb, some do 117. And that's the date she released this song on July 11th. And interestingly, the number 61 in the periodic table of elements is the element promethium. And promethium is named after the Prometheus god of Greek mythology who stole fire from the gods and gave it to humans. So it's essentially the story of Shu and the story of Lucifer all here. And she's paying homage to it. And that's the enemy, the adversary of God. And then they go through that whole static scene, which I captured the Statue of Liberty in, and then they show her on the kind of deflated here on the ground. She inflates herself by blowing air into herself. And what she's now part female, part beast. These look to me like horse legs, or like she looks like a centauride. A female centaur is called a centauride, and centaurides is a 39 in Chaldean, also matching Nut, Shu, and Jeb, Earth Dragon, and the Man Trap. And 39 is tied to Lucifer Hillel, which is the Hebrew name for Lucifer in Isaiah. And we put that into Hebrew Gematria calculator. We put the Hebrew in for Hillel, and that gives us the number 39, Centauride. So she's making an homage here. You see that she was on the rooftop. She wanted to ascend higher than the Most High, and now she's fallen down to earth. And now it looks like she's the embodiment of Lucifer here on earth, and she inflates herself, this half female, half beast. And the first words of her mouth are fire in her eyes. And Woman's World in Chaldean, the title of her song, sums to 48, matching A Promised Land, Enter the Stars, Fleshbound, Demon World, Pussies Kill Rats, and Fire in Her Eyes. And you'll see that she's now down on earth. She's off this top. She's not on the roof anymore. She's down on earth. And you can see that it's chaos. You can see it's almost like a war zone here, and she's quite happy. It looks like she's quite happy with it. So everyone's kind of going crazy in the background. You see people slamming stuff and smashing stuff, and you see this woman here. She's smashing this sign, but in the background you see this coffee shop. It says open 1:43 a.m. So there's another homage to that number 143. Open 1:43 a.m. is the 74 in Chaldean, matching Katy Perry Woman's World. The name of the whole title here. It also matches the piercing serpent at 74, and 74 is a big number. It's Jesus and Lucifer in the English ordinal cipher. It's also the mirror image of 47, and 47 is a very big number for Freemasonry. as the compass on the logo is measured at 47 degrees. The next scene after this open 1:43 a.m. coffee shop is a very quick image of what looks like the Virgin Mary here, about to give birth. So we can assume that that's Jesus. So we have this Jesus and Lucifer homage right within this scene. And we know that Katy Perry's name was 26, matching the Virgin Mary. So here's that image. And then who are you? We'll see that on the lawn at the end of the video. Who are you? And that's 26. And female is 26, woman's world. As she moves along here, we see this chaos in the background. We see the no right-hand turn sign. So the no right-handed path. So it's almost saying only evil here with that sign. And you'll see the black and the white, the angel and the demon playing chess, and they both have devil horns on their head, and they're playing chess with, I think it's perfume or something. So the checkerboard here, the chessboard, the black versus white versus black gives us a sum of 41. Fear and obey, 41. Checkerboard, 41. Earthbound, that's where we are now in the video on Earth. Earthbound is 41. It's the bad place. Deceptive, we are 2x. Ride the beast, and Mother God, all sum to 41. And you can see Katy Perry walks through the scene here, and she's singing to shine, to shine. And one of her favorite songs is called Firework. That sums to 33. Remember, we are the shining ones. We are the stars. You are a star, sums to 33. And 33 is a master number. 11, 22, and 33 are master numbers. 33 is tied to the concepts of life and death and ascension. And shining star is 33, sunshine is 33, illuminate is 33, light bearer is 33, Jesus is king is 33, and we know that Jesus was crucified at 33 years old in the year 33. All right, so she goes into this big mansion, and the mansion looks like it's very wholesome. There's a woman in the kitchen with some flowers at the sink, and Katy Perry just barges in the house. And this house to me represents heaven, or one of the mansions in heaven, or a holy place. And she barges into it, and she's coming out of it at the end. And this is not an ordinary door. This is a very purposeful or intended door here. It reminded me here of what's known as the dalet, which is from the word dalet, the Hebrew word dalet, meaning door, as in its entryway. It's symbolized by a door, has also been connected to Dala, meaning poor, weak, helpless one, but the likelier choice is the former for the doorway. And here's the Hebrew letter for Dalet. And it reminds me of the passageway, the doorway, the gateway from one realm to the other. And she's going from one realm into the other here as she crashes through this glass. And she comes outside and she sees this woman doing a workout in front of an iPhone with a light, like she's doing her own sort of YouTube video. And Katy Perry here starts dancing with her, and she steals her camera and phone with the light, and it makes a very powerful symbol, you'll see. But Katie Hudson, which is her former name off of when she was younger and did her first album, sums to 138, matching Shining Star and matching Feminine Divine, which is on this lady's t-shirt here, Feminine Divine 138. So Katy Perry steals this camera phone and stand that is the Venus symbol, and you can see that is the Venus symbol here. And she jumps on the helicopter, and we see the KP, so we know that's Bama, a high place. And on the side of the helicopter says the words Helinet. And as she's taking off in the helicopter, holding this Venus sign, the lady on the lawn is screaming at her, "Who are you? Who are you?" And you can even see it on the lawn here. And look at the house that she was just in, where she came out of the door, and you can see the twin towers, the twin pillars here, the Yakin and Boaz with the checkerboard floor. And so this represents Solomon's temple, the human temple that she crashed out of into the realm. And this lady is saying, "Who are you?" And she's on a high place again as Lucifer. As we know, Venus is an epithet for Lucifer. The word Hillel in Hebrew is means the shining one, an epithet of king of Babylon. How art thou fallen, shining one, son of dawn, star of the morning. It's also an epithet of Venus, a morning star. So Venus is an epithet for Lucifer, Hillel, right out of the Bible. And here she is with the symbol for Venus and Bama, a high place, and Helenet. And Helenet just happens to sum to 28, matching Lucifer and Chaldean at 28. And here she is, who are you? I am Venus sums to 31. I'm Katy Perry sums to 31. Leviathan sums to 31. That's another name for the devil. That's what is around the Church of Satan in Hebrew. All the Hebrew letters spell the word Leviathan. Deceiver 31. Dark Horse, her nickname 31. Left Eye, just what she showed us in her Katie Hudson album cover, 31. Strength, violent. We know to violently perforate with holes. Sorceries, feminism, hard hat area, which is one of the signs on top of the roof at the beginning of the video, and the matrix, all summed to 31. And here's the Hebrew spelling for Lucifer, Hillel. We'll see it here. Those are the Hebrew letters that spell Hillel, which is the 1966 in Strong's Concordance. And this is the final slide. And I'm going to leave you with this verse from Isaiah 5:14. It says, "Therefore hell hath enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it." So you can see here that it's referencing hell as female here, as hell hath enlarged herself, and it's talking about that female energy to pierce. So I want to say thank you to everyone. This is the final slide. I've had some inquiries in regards to personal decodes. I want to give a shout out to Danny. I did a personal decode for him this week, and he was very happy with it. You can inquire at eyes to see decodes at proton.me. And I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for all your support. Shout out to Truth Mafia. And as usual, much love to all. Take care.